everyone, welcome to today's webinar. Today, we will discuss how Zoho CRM's Cadences can provide you with a systematic approach to sales outreach by automating repetitive tasks and ensuring consistent follow-ups. By creating structured sequence of activities such as emails, calls, and tasks, you can effectively nurture your leads and prospects. Cadences not only provides efficiency and productivity but also enhances lead nurturing and sales performance. By tracking progress, identifying bottlenecks, and making data-driven decisions, you can optimize your sales efforts and achieve better results. Our panelists for the day are Priya and Swapna, Zoho CRM's product managers for Cadences, and I am Maushmi from the Zoho community team. I will be walking you through setting up an automated and personalized lead nurturing cadence to boost your conversion rates and enhance your customer relationships. To do this, I'm going to focus on the most common use case out there, nurturing new leads from various sources such as website inquiries, social media campaigns, and referrals. We will dive into Zoho CRM's newer automation tool, Cadences. The general idea about Cadences is that it's used for sequential actions. Today, we'll go over common business challenges that come up regularly that requires Cadence to be set up, how to set up and execute Cadences. Then, we'll discuss upcoming features that can be expected for Cadences. We'll also discuss a few best practices on how to smoothly customize your existing setup to include Cadences. At the end or in between, feel free to drop in your questions and our product experts will answer them in the chat. To understand Cadence for any business, let's start off by discussing the example of a business process of an insurance company called Sanfin Corp. Today, we'll look at their overall sales process and how they typically manage their follow-ups end-to-end. Sanfin Corp provides tailored health, life, and auto insurance solutions to both individuals and businesses. Their sales goal is to ensure financial security for their clients by offering the right insurance products. Like many other companies, they maintain sales targets with sales managers trying to meet these targets. The sales manager also maintains a sales funnel and a pipeline for their sales agents. Now, like other typical insurance companies' business processes, it begins with lead generation and marketing, where potential customers are brought in through various online and offline sources such as web forms, social media, email campaigns, trade shows, and so on. Once leads are captured, they're qualified and nurtured, and the initial contact is made through emails or calls. And leads are scored based on their engagement and demographic information. Qualified leads are then guided through sales consultations during which personalized insurance codes are provided and policy details are explained. If the sales agent sees genuine interest to purchase, a deal is created. After the lead gets converted as a deal, the underwriting process begins, involving the collection of necessary information, documentation, risk assessment based on life and health factors, and determining of policy terms and premium rates. With insurance, the business process requires a lot of emailing and calling potential customers into purchasing an insurance plan. Now, in our use case, we're going to go through a process that's been done manually. Generally, a lot of this could be automated. Just like any other company, Sanfin Corp's lead nurturing process involves a series of touch points from initial contact to follow-up with a goal of building relationships, providing information, and converting leads into potential customers. Each lead here requires detailed attention and proper follow-ups in order to convert them into an actual prospect. By segmenting leads based on their age, criteria, location, policy type, or engagement level using filters to tailor communication and offers effectively. Each lead comes from various sources such as web forms, social media, referrals, and trade shows. Each lead may have shown interest in different insurance policies at different times. Making personalized follow-ups with emails and outreach calls seems like a daunting task, isn't it? So, here's what our lead nurturing process looks like. When new leads are onboarded into the system, a dedicated team member is responsible for sending a welcome email. An email providing an overview of the company's offering, a brief introduction to the insurance products offered. The primary objective of this initial touchpoint is to pique the lead's interest in the company and its products. Our first follow-up could be a welcome email that goes right after the lead enters the CRM system. And once that goes out after 3 days, the second follow-up email should go out. This email focuses on their insurance needs, key benefits, coverage options, and how it can address the potential lead's needs. After the previous email, the sales consultant has to find out if the lead has opened or clicked the email, and then a third email is sent to the lead highlighting the advantages of the different insurance products and emphasizing the benefits of a particular product. To encourage further engagement, a coupon code or offer for a free consultation is also included. If an email is bounced or a lead decides to unsubscribe, a sales representative has to take this into action by initiating a phone call or reaching out to the lead and assess their interest in their products. If the lead is unreachable and expresses disinterest, they are categorized as junk and removed from the lead pipeline manually. Based on the lead's engagement with the previous email, the next steps are determined manually. If the email was clicked or received a reply, a sales representative follows up with a phone call to discuss the free consultation offer or schedule a meeting to address the lead's specific insurance needs. If a previous phone call was completed successfully, a follow-up email is sent promptly, including a link to book a free consultation. For cancelled calls, for the sales consultants, the admin has to assign tasks with rescheduling the appointment. If the email is clicked or replied to, another email with the consultation booking link is sent. In the absence of further engagement, the lead is reviewed and the decision is made to either to pursue additional follow-ups or categorize them as junk leads. Let's look at a few issues in the way the lead nurturing is done at Sunfin Corp. Most of the work in the lead nurturing process template in the organization is done manually. Of course, different types of records have different purposes, but we've handled that by creating custom views for our sales agents. Custom views have been created based on each insurance type and the revenue segment that we can expect. With that in place, a standard process is followed for each bucket of records. Here, every salesperson does a lot of manual work, data entry, email creation, and follow-up scheduling. More than that, our problem is that our sales agents need to take needless decisions about what to do after each interaction. With each agent handling leads differently, we have inconsistent customer experiences and even errors in decision makings at times. In off seasons where sales agents have to reach out to a lot more leads, or during seasons where volume is much higher, or even as the business grows, there is difficulty in handling increase in volume. With so many decisions being taken manually, a lot of stuff falls through the cracks. Some follow-ups are delayed, some are missed, some are done through the wrong medium, and some data is left out in the communication. Essentially, leads aren't taken to the last point that they need to be taken before they are dropped. In some cases, some leads are unnecessarily chased or even though they've gone too cold. Cadences are designed to overcome these challenges by providing sequential automated actions for consistent follow-ups. In our sales process, Cadences helps address these issues, freeing up our sales agents to focus on tasks that truly require their decision-making skills. Zoho CRM's Cadences help streamline the often complex process of manual follow-ups by automating and structuring interactions with prospects. By setting up a series of predefined steps, Cadences ensure that every follow-up is timely and relevant, triggered based on previous actions such as email opens, link clicks, or other engagement signals. This structured approach eliminates the guesswork and inconsistency that can arise in manual follow-ups, ensuring that no opportunity is missed. Cadences allow for the creation of follow-ups that are customized to fit the unique needs and behaviors of each prospect segment. This guides prospects through the sales funnel, enhancing engagement at every touchpoint and significantly improving conversion rates. Any end-to-end process is peppered with a template communication that can be automated and some manual intervention along the way. Automatic email and call creation takes care of former, and automatic task creation takes care of the latter. Any anomalies or points at which the chain of communication needs to be stopped can be configured to ensure that the communication goes out only when relevant. After all that's said and done, any sales process, or any process for that matter, constantly evolves based on what works for the business process and what doesn't. As Cadence encompasses the end-to-end follow-up process, it allows admins to analyze and make decisions to better the process. Before we dive into the technical aspects of setting up a full-fledged cadence, let's look at the functionalities and how it works. This will give us a clear understanding of how it functions from a user's perspective. Now, let's see how our use case for the lead nurturing process is done for the calls, emails, and the task lists to show how the cadence has run. From our CRM system, let's start off by creating a new lead. Let's go to the Leads module, create new lead. Right after the lead enters the CRM system, under related lists, you'll see that the cadence has run and a follow-up email has been sent. Cadences can be set up for custom use such that each time a record enters a custom view, the series of follow-ups automatically begins. Or else it can be created such that once a lead enters the CRM system, the record owner or another relevant user whose job is to perform this initiates the follow-up for the records by enrolling them into one of the cadences that are relevant to it. Before we jump right into the user implementation, let's discuss who gets to enter with the CRM system. Under Automation, hit Cadences. Over here, let's click Create a Cadence. For now, let's give this cadence name. Select Module. Let's say for Contacts. Over here, you've got two options. One, manually enroll leads, and another one is leads in the custom views. Let's assume that in Sun FinCorp, they've got quite a good number of leads who are converted into contacts for their life insurance policy. And some of them also shown interest in their auto insurance policy. The selected leads are manually enrolled in a specific cadence tailored for their needs. For instance, a cadence designed for potential clients interested in life insurance might include a series of emails, follow-up calls, and reminders about the relevant offers. And you have your cadence already up and running for your auto insurance policy in your leads module. So let's see how you can add records into a Cadence system from an already existing Cadence and run campaigns simultaneously. Within our Contacts module, select Contact. Under the three dots, you'll have an option Add to Cadence. And select the cadence that you've already set up that you want this contact to be a part of. And by doing this, you can add leads or contacts deals anytime into an existing cadence. This manual enrollment allows the sales team to adjust the frequency and the content of the touchpoints, ensuring that the engagement strategy aligns with the lead's specific situation. The other way, or the most preferred way to add cadence, is based on a custom view. Let's say Sunfin Corp wants to streamline its lead nurturing process by focusing on specific segments of its leads database. For that, creating a custom view where the sales team creates a custom view that filters leads based on specific criteria. For example, if there is already an existing cadence that's for auto insurance, they might want to be also a part of health insurance outreach. So they can create the custom view and push the leads over to this cadence as well. But in our case, I'm going to go with recently created leads. By setting up the custom view and creating our cadence based on it, they will be pushed to the cadence automatically. The sales team regularly encounters similar characteristics such as their interest in a particular type of insurance, etc. To manage these leads effectively, a custom view feature to filter down and enroll these segmented leads into a specific criteria. Now, we've seen the record enter the relevant cadence. Let's look at the sequential series of follow-ups that occur. I'm going to choose one string instead of every single one. Once the lead enters this custom view and then the cadence, over here in our related list, you have seen that it shows that the cadence for this lead is updated and the initial contact email has been sent. As soon as new leads are onboarded into the system, an immediate trigger initiates a welcome email. This email serves to greet the lead, providing an overview of our company and briefly introducing the available insurance products. This initial touch point is crucial in establishing the positive impression and laying a foundation for subsequent interactions. Next, we move to follow-up number 2, which is scheduled to occur 3 days after the welcome email. For reference, I'm showing them in minutes for the demo part, but they're usually days apart in the follow-up process. In this email, we focus on one specific insurance product, detailing its benefits and coverage options. This targeted approach helps pique the lead's interest and provide valuable information that can aid in their decision-making process. Follow-up number 3, the trigger is set for 7 days after the previous email is opened or clicked. In this third email, we provide a comprehensive guide comparing insurance products or highlighting the benefits of a particular one. To incentivize further engagement, we offer a coupon code or a free consultation. If the email bounces or the email is left unopened, then a task is assigned for the user to verify the lead's details and continue the follow-up process again. In the follow-up process, if the lead decides to open or click the email, then a call is scheduled to consult the free consultation and followed up with the call, the email is sent with a booking link. If the call status is deferred, a task is automatically created to review the lead and categorize them if they are junk if necessary. For our follow-up number 4, if the previous call is completed, we immediately send an email with a link to book a free consultation visit. And if the call is cancelled, we assign a task to call the lead again. If the email is clicked, opened, or replied to, we send another email with a link to book the free consultation visit. If the email is sent without further interaction, a task is created to follow up and review the lead to push it to junk. Now that we've seen how the cadence is being implemented, let's look at a few things that it solves. Cadence is a structured sequence of sales activities that helps your team stay organized and consistent in their outreach efforts. By setting up a cadence, you can define a series of steps that your sales reps need to follow when engaging with the leads and the customers. These activities can include emails, calls, and other touch points through tasks. The goal is to create a repeatable process that increases the chances of converting leads into customers on a sequential timeline. One of the key components in Cadence Builder is that it allows you to create and customize your sales sequences. With the Cadence Builder, you can define the number of steps in your sequence and the type of activity for each step, and the time between each step as well. Speaking of that, now let's discuss the few components of cadences. Follow-ups are predefined interactions we have with our records, such as sending emails, making calls, or scheduling tasks. Email, being the most direct type of communication, allows us to schedule a single template that needs to go to every user at that particular time. At points where we require our users to pick up the phone and actually interact with the potential customer or rely on specific data, we'll automate calls to be created. The third follow-up type is tasks. Creation of tasks allows to ensure the user to perform an activity that requires at that point, such as reviewing an email reply or deciding what to do next. Automated follow-ups ensures that the salesperson don't perform these actions manually. But like in Sunfin Corp's lead nurturing process, our follow-ups are very conditional based on how the previous one was received. Setting the right timeline is crucial as it ensures our follow-ups are timely and aligns with the record's decision-making process. It ensures that we've covered out bases for every which direction the record can and have a relevant follow-up going at the right time. For example, if a lead opens an email, a trigger that moves them to the next step in the cadence, such as having a call scheduled to talk to them the next day. Whether it's anomalies in the process or the end of their follow-up process, Cadence allows a certain level of flexibility to configure that records exit the sequence when relevant. Finally, analytics plays a key role in the effectiveness of Cadence. By tracking and analyzing the performance of our cadence, we can measure what's working and what's not. For example, we might monitor email open rates, call outcomes, and conversion rates to identify areas for improvement. This data driven approach allows us to refine our strategies and continually improve our lead nurturing process. Now, let's start with setting up our cadence for our lead nurturing process. Now, let's quickly see how we can configure unenroll and enroll permissions for profiles. Under Profiles, under Setup Permissions Automation, Cadence Enrollment, Enroll, check Enroll. So, users with Cadence permissions under automation in their profile can access cadences. Based on whether they have enroll or unenroll permissions, their actions will vary applicants. By doing this, you can allow and deny the user to perform actions within cadences. Imagine that there is a new set of leads that are enrolled into your CRM system. Each lead requires detailed attention and proper follow-ups in order to convert them into a prospect. Within our automation module, let's click on our cadences. From here, we will be able to send a series of targeted response-based follow-ups as mentioned earlier. Now, let's get into actually setting up one for our leads module. From Create Cadence, let's give this cadence a name and choose which module is this for. In our case, it's the leads module. Here, how are we going to add our leads in here? Over here, we've got two options to choose. You can add leads for this cadence from other custom views by manually pushing them in here, or you can go with the custom view. In our case, I'm going to go with the custom view. Enroll new records when they are added to this view if you want the cadence as a lead, or you can choose to have a delay in performing a cadence. In our case, I'm going to choose with when they meet the custom view criteria, or you can also choose after a few hours, few days, or even few weeks. We are now inside our cadence builder and let's start actually creating one. To start off, let's click add follow-up. Our initial contact is going to be an email, so I'm going to go with email. To do this, when do you want the email to be sent out? Right after the enrollment, or a few minutes, hours, or even days after the enrollment? In our case, I'm going to go with immediately. So for choose recipient, I'm going to choose email of that lead or any email address for that matter. But in case of other modules like contacts or deals, under other people, you can choose to send email to the related record, the email address of the contact related. You can choose from which email address the email should go out. So in our case, I'm going to go with the record owner's email. Let's hit save. This is where we get to choose what happens next based on the previous action performed by the end customer. Based on the previous email being sent, the second email, which focuses on the shown interest or the briefly introducing the insurance products that are available. Let's hit save. First, we've sent a couple of emails for outreach purposes. From here, we will set actions based on the end customer's behavior. Here, after the second email is sent, our trigger is 7 days after the previous email is opened or clicked, it claims that the lead is interested with your service. So, the third email with a guide comparing different insurance products or a particular ones and its benefits, an offer, a coupon code, or a free consultation is being sent. So, if the previous email gets bounced, you might want to set up a call for the salesperson to confirm and verify the lead's details before we send out more emails, because there's no point in outreaching to unverified leads. Let's schedule a call. A day after the previous email is bounced. Trigger date S1. Users, I'm going to assign a user to whom the call should go. Let's hit save. If the lead decides to unsubscribe for the emails, you might want to check once if they're still interested by assigning a task to review before actually marking them as junk. Let's hit save. So over here, let's also understand that sent means unopened. So even if after 7 days the email remains unopened or no action is performed in it, which states that you might want to double check with the call to understand the lead's interest. Let's hit save. So another task is being created for the user to verify the lead once. So you might have a question. What if the lead gets converted into a contact during this process? Here, in between this process, if the lead decides to book an appointment for a consultation, they're one step ahead of our process. So you might not want to send them outreach email. So let's see how we can enroll them. So under the 3 dots, you'll see Edit Unenrolled Properties. Over here, you can choose how you want your leads to unenroll. If they respond to an email or if they don't fall under a particular custom view criteria. In our case, I'm going to go with they don't fall under the custom view criteria. Let's hit save. So if we choose to update the status as junk or here as contacted, they'll automatically exit the custom view, also resulting them in exiting the cadence that we set up for the custom view as well. That way, we can avoid negative touch points. So, back to our cadence builder. From here, we'll branch out from our third follow-up email. Let's add a call. Three days after the previous email is clicked or replied to, the call needs to be scheduled. So within the call record, we can choose when the call has to be made after the previous email is clicked, opened, or replied to. Call information, when the call has to be made, the trigger date may be 1 day after the previous action is made. We can assign a call owner. The call purpose. You can also set time when the call owner should reach out to the particular lead. So the call agenda would be to inquire about the free consultation and schedule a meeting if required. Let's hit save. So if the email is sent, which states that email is unopened, then send another email offering a free consultation or to discuss the lead's specific insurance needs and extend their offers, or even a coupon code could be sent. It's 7 days after the previous email is sent. Let's hit save. From our previous call, if the call is completed, then assign a task to update the lead's details. Immediately after the previous call is completed, just give a subject to update the details of the lead and follow up again. Save. Now, once they have a call with the lead and if the call is completed, then immediately send an email with a booking link for the free consultation visit. That way, they can book their appointment right away. Immediately after the previous call is completed, hit save. And if the call status is cancelled, then assign a task to the record owner to call the lead again to ensure if they're still up for a free consultation. So, from our previous email, if the email is clicked or replied, it states that the lead is still interested and maybe we can send the email with a link to book a free consultation visit. If the previous email is sent even after 7 days, then you might want to add a task to review the lead or push it to the junk or start over with the follow-up process again. follow-up number 6, if the email is clicked, which means the lead has clicked the link to book a booking. So, a task to be assigned for the user to review the registration and confirm their booking and schedule a meeting. Hit save. So, if the email is sent even after 3 days, which means it's unopened, then send another modified version of the email with a booking link. Hit save. As you can see, you can build endless branches to continue the follow-up journey according to your business process and cater to your needs and results that you're looking forward to achieve in your sales process. Now that we've completed our lead nurturing process, let's publish the cadence. Let's hit publish and done. Now you have your cadence actively running for your leads module. Now that we're done with implementing and setting up our cadence, now let's have a look into cadence reports and analytics. This provides insights into the effectiveness of your sales sequences and gains insights into customer behavior and campaign performance with advanced analytics. On the configuration page under View Reports, from here, you can measure how each campaign has been performed by analyzing data on open rates, response rates, and conversion rates for every activity performed. Like for emails, you can view the open rates, link clicks, bounce rate, and the percentage of unsubscribed emails. You can also view for each and every individual follow-ups. In that way, you can identify which sequences are working and which require areas of improvement. You can also filter them based on days and even custom range for even more advanced details for particular date range. For tasks, you can view the completion rate and open and failed rates. And for calls, you can view the calls that are completed, scheduled, failed, answered, and all the cancelled rates as well. Over here, under Show Funnel, you will be able to view the stats of each and every follow-up at different stages of the funnel. These insights enable you to fine-tune your approach and continually optimize your sales process for better results. With detailed reports, you can track the performance of each follow-up and overall effectiveness of your cadence by identifying the bottlenecks in the sales process, which can help you analyze the email rates, click rates, and reply rates to pinpoint where prospects are losing interest. If you have high open rates but low reply rates, consider refining the subject lines or the content. If low click rates, reassess the call to action or link relevance. These insights will provide you with areas of improvement for your salespeople. Optimizing follow-up cadences, examine the task completion rates and call outcomes to assess the effectiveness of follow-up intervals. Let's quickly see some of the functionalities of cadences which are not currently available but can be expected in the upcoming future. Email triggers will allow you to automate follow-up actions based on email engagement metrics. These triggers will allow you to automate follow-up actions based on the specific engagement metrics, ensuring that your outreach efforts are efficient. If the email is not open, then sending a personalized follow-up email to prospects who haven't opened your initial message. This could include a subject line, a brief reminder of the original content, or a direct CTA. If it is not clicked, then the prospect has opened your email but hasn't clicked on any links. So, sending a follow-up email highlighting the most relevant content or a offering of the more targeted CTA. By effectively using these triggers, you will be able to increase your conversion rates efficiently. Criteria for Cadence enrollment or unenrollment will let you set specific criteria for automatically enrolling or unenrolling records in Cadences, eliminating the needs for custom views. This provides greater flexibility and efficiency in managing your sales process. Targeted enrollment lets you enroll records based on specific criteria. For example, record type, custom fields, time, etc. Also, you can unenroll records based on activity status or custom field values. By using criteria-based enrollment and enrollment, you can create more targeted and efficient cadences. For example, in marketing campaigns, this helps you enroll leads in targeted cadences based on their interests, demographics, or behavior, and will automatically enroll deals in appropriate cadences based on stage and value. Next, access records in Cadence reports. This will allow you to view records directly within Cadence reports, providing a more efficient way to analyze and manage your sales activities. This eliminates the need to navigate the individual records to gather additional information. With this, you can quickly access to record detail, view relevant record information, example, contact details, lead stage, deal stage, task status, etc., without leaving the Cadence report. Now, this saves time by avoiding unnecessary clicks and switching between different views. And you can make more informed decisions based on real-time data and insights. By accessing records directly within Cadence reports, you can gain a more comprehensive view of sales activities. Next, Cadence-specific permissions will allow you to set granular permissions for managing cadences, enhancing security and control over sensitive sales data. For example, the sales managers can have full access to create, edit, and delete cadences, and sales representatives could be provided with limited access. Implementing cadence-specific permissions can improve security, enhance collaboration, and ensure data integrity. Next, start or resume cadences. Allowing restart or resume cadences after a record is unenrolled, whether the cadence was completed or stopped in between. This will allow you to restart or resume cadences after a record is unenrolled, providing flexibility and control over your follow-up processes. This will come useful in scenarios where a record is temporarily removed from a cadence due to foreseen circumstances. For example, a technical issue. Before Cadence came out this year, a workaround to configure the entire follow-up process was through multiple workflows. And if you've configured your follow-up process through workflows, you might be wondering whether to move to Cadence or to stay with the workflows that you've set up. Configuring the follow-up process has one major advantage. It provides a single space for the follow-up process. The way Cadence has been built makes it easier to monitor its effectiveness through analytics closely and easily modify it while having the context of the entire process in a single view. Beyond this, any sales process will need to be added or removed from. With Cadence, that's pretty straightforward. And if you need another reason as your business grows, you would need to configure your workflows for other reasons and requirements. Another way of implementing the sequential follow-up case is through Journey Builder. Journey Builder is a vast tool that allows us to create customer journeys from beginning to end of their cycle. Cadence functionality is also covered by Journey Builder. If your use case is purely the follow-up case limited to Cadence functionalities, go ahead and use Cadences. But if you're already using Journey Builder for the case, moving to Cadence might not be the best option for you. As any business grows, new functionalities that might extend that Journey Builder would cover. For example, your lead nurturing case could extend into communication and automated updates once the interest is generated and a potential sale is confirmed, which all can be automated through a single journey. All that being said, now we've come to the end of our session, and now it's time for questions. Feel free to drop in your questions where our product experts will answer them. Thank you.